What's up, man?
What's up, Ryan?
How you doing?
How's it going, brother, man?
Oh, another day.
I
What do you?
get it. Trust me, I get it, man. I get
Yeah,
it. I
dude.
get it.
So
Yeah.
we don't got a lot of time. Figure we just hop into this. Tell me a little bit about what you got going on.
Yeah. So look, I own a roofing business. We mostly do insurance work. So we're like storm chasers. Like you've seen the movie Twister, right?
Yep.
So we're like a modern day Helen Hunt, right? We're tracking the storms and we're looking for hail damage, wind damage, and we're getting people roof, side, and gutters all covered by the insurance. I grew my business to like about 5 million a year. This is my fourth year in business. I've been running interviews all day. I'm on social media. I've been watching you for years. I don't know if you looked at my social media, but
Like that again. I'll
you know,
look at it
like
right now. Yeah.
yeah. So I love real estate. I've been following you. I got two properties now, but to be honest, Ryan, I had like one mentor because I was just paying him just like $100 a call, because I'm still new to it. And so I got two properties. The one I live in with my family because I have two kids and a fiance. And like my business obviously pays for it, so it's not like I pay. I mean, I pay for it, but you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
then I have a rental. So then I just got my rental, but I put 20% down. Now I'm trying to learn. Like I got a bunch of notes here. I don't want to use my money, and I see all these guys and influencers, ton of other people, right? you know, like they're not using their own money, they're figuring out other ways. And I was unsure, maybe like a little scared, like to use hard money loans and stuff like that. Like, I just feel like the safe bet was to put my money in there. So I had skin in the game. And I'm trying to scale that, obviously. Like, I want to get into real estate, I want to scale my business. I look up to you. Obviously, you're a very successful person and stuff. So hey, man, look, I mean, I was trying to pick your brain for an hour. That's why I paid $1,000. I'm in your academy. I haven't even been able to. I wanted to get some insight on that because I would love to tap in and do that stuff. These last few weeks have been very busy for me. Bunch of crazy things within my business. Vice president stealing from me. It's like all type of crazy. You know how business is, I'm sure, right? Like it's freaking nuts. It's like the wild, wild west out here. So,
Yep.
and this is all I have. So it's very important to me.
Yep.
Now, um, so I just want some delineation, like some insight here. Try to figure something out. Like I want you to tell me like what you would do in my situation. Like I have business line of credit. Like what should I do to make more money? I don't have a ton of money. Like I make good money, sure. I have business partners and stuff. So I pay a lot of people. I make a few hundred K a year, but it's like I'm spending a lot. Like I pay for everything for my family, for my kids, my sister, just a lot of people. Like my sister runs my office. Like you
Yeah.
know what I'm trying. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. What market you out of right now?
I'm in Maryland. Yeah.
Maryland. Okay. I actually just had another roofer on one of these calls.
Oh no shit. Really?
Similar business to you, man. He's doing about, I think he did 7 million last year.
That's good. Yeah.
His problem was profit margin. Right now his aren't good. He's making his money because he's getting a sales commission and he has, partners and all these things. But overall they're running at
Yeah.
like 3% margin, which isn't good, right? And
No.
a typical roofing business should probably be like more like 15 to 20% if it's healthy.
Yeah.
Uh,
I probably get more than him, but I think I can improve. Yeah.
what's your
So.
guys' margins right now?
And I don't know exactly, like 100%. I can't give you a real honest answer. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm so like
Yeah.
I'm an owner operator. Like there's some things that I need to work on, Ryan. I'm not. My main thing was to make sure this worked because this is all I have.
Yeah.
And I struggle with a lot of things in my life, and I was able to overcome them. And it's like I would like to be an online coach like you. Like I would like to make money online. Like that's like another thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm already building people up all like I'm like a free mentor every day to these people. I'm not on your level, but I'm
Yeah.
saying, but I'm
Yeah.
doing it, right?
Yep. Yep. It's funny. I make the joke to our team. I'm like, hey, people pay me to coach them and I pay you and I'm coaching you, you know, uh, just part of like sales training and stuff. But no, for real, I think a couple of things, right? Number one, I don't think you should be worrying about real estate or online coaching yet. I think that
Okay.
your roofing business, if we can't even know our profit margins, we got a lot of
Mhm.
work to do over there right now.
Okay. Yeah.
And the way I look at business and everything else is just simply, okay, I mean, the reason you want to do online coaching or do real estate or, do your roofing company is like, yeah, they provide fulfillment and different things, but at the end of the day, it's to make money, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't chase storms to because you like doing it. You probably chase it
No.
because it makes money, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, all right, well, whenever I'm working with somebody, the first thing I think about is what's the simplest, easiest, lowest hanging fruit first. Let's take that out because the more money you can make quicker, the more it allows you to go build new streams of income like real estate investing, like, personal brand, online, all that stuff. And
Yeah.
also too, the better your business is, that, whatever that thing is you eventually want to maybe monetize and sell your knowledge on, that thing's got
Yeah.
to be really good. So
Right.
I think it all starts with you building a better roofing business, which, your roofing business right now, like you said, it's making you a few $100,000 a year, for
Yeah.
you, because you got partners, you got team, you got expenses, all that
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
So, you're in a very labor material intensive business, right? I mean, the majority of your expenses are labor and material, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're
And
not,
paying salesmen like high commissions and shit. Yeah.
yeah. Like what are you paying them? 10% right now?
No, so I pay my people a profit. Like I got guys that are getting 50% of the profit and stuff like that. 30,
Okay.
40,
Are they door
50%.
knocking though? They're generating their own
We're all
business?
door knocking. Yeah. I got
Okay.
some leads, but it's mostly door knocking. Yes.
Okay. So what you're doing, maybe even unintentionally, is that you're paying them to also market for you, right? So there are two business models. Most door to door guys don't realize it, but the reason they're paying high commissions because they're paying the marketing expense for the team anyways. So it's like for me,
Yeah.
okay, I'll take it a step back. So in all my businesses, I generate all the leads. So I pay
Right.
for it. My organic does it. All those things. I mean, I pay six figures, multiple six figures every month on leads.
On
Okay.
leads. Yeah.
And so most of my sales reps across all my businesses are around 10%. And so the thing is, they don't got to go out and knock doors and generate leads. They just show up to work every day and leads are right there available to them. They just got to be good at
Available.
selling and closing. Okay.
Okay.
In the door to
Yeah.
door space, whether it's roofing, pest control, solar, all the things these door to door guys sell, they get 30 to 50% commissions because they are paying the marketing expense themselves with sweat,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. True.
So that is one way to run your business is to, keep building teams and do door to door. And it's fine. I mean, lots of guys make a killing doing door to door. I guess my
Yeah.
question to you is, are you doing it like these solar guys where they don't even have to actually do the install and everything themselves? They're just literally like a sales company at the end of the day? Or are you guys
Oh, that's
actually
it.
what?
No, so I sub out all of it. I got a bunch of roofers that I've been dealing with for years now.
Okay.
So I mean, I sub it to them. Yeah, exactly.
But do you have any I mean, when you say you sub it, so you got other companies that do it for you, right?
Yes, exactly. Like they're not really with Prestige; they're with their own.
Yeah. So you really are just a sales company at the end of the day. Is that pretty accurate?
Basically, I would think so. Is that
Okay.
bad? I mean, it's
No, it's not bad. I'm just saying, we just have to figure out what exactly is going on here, right? Because,
yeah,
I'll get solar guys and they're like, yeah, I got this big solar company. I'm like, you just have a sales company. I mean, that's all it is at the end of the day, right? Like, if you can get more door to door sales guys, you make money because it's not like you got a bottleneck with fulfillment. Like, you have to go train new roofers and other things that, those
no,
subs
it's
have
just
to do.
sales.
Yeah, it's just sales. So for you, basically, you make, let's just say half, and you're building out all these guys as, you're training them, you're recruiting them, you're teaching them how to do the game. And then I assume they're also building out their own downlines and teams, right?
Yeah, and I help make people stick. Like that's kind of like my specialty. Like people gravitate to me, and that's something I've noticed. So it's like that's when I was like, I know I could be some sort of coach. I know I could do this online thing. Like I know I can do all these things.
Yep.
It's so
Yeah. Okay. So really then the question is, okay, I mean, you don't have a ton of expenses that I was thinking you had because the other guy, he would be a guy you subbed out at the end of the day.
yeah.
He's
Okay.
he's running the full operation of a roofing company. So
Yeah.
for you, you really just got to figure out. I mean, it's a volume game. How many
Yeah.
freaking people can you get pounding the turf and just, hitting doors? That's all it's going to come down to for you.
Yeah. And maybe getting into a new market. Like I was thinking,
Correct.
so I'm working on
Right?
Virginia and PA.
Yeah. So if you feel like your market's saturated, you got
It
enough
is.
guys running around here in Maryland, then yeah, we
Yeah.
got to go to Pennsylvania, whatever the case is.
Right.
Because that's how you're going to make more money at the end of the day with your current model. Is just you're going to go team up with another, couple of subs and vendors, and you guys are going
Yeah.
to go out and sell and get more work for those guys and take your rip and just keep doing it.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, it's very similar to what we do with wholesaling real estate. I don't know how
Yeah.
familiar you are with it, but like at the end of the day, it's just sales and marketing.
I've been
Wholesaling is
learning real
not real
estate for
estate investing.
years. So I've
Yeah.
been learning a lot, like you say, like analysis paralysis, which I have bought two properties. I do got a rental and I'm working on another and stuff, but it's like I got a list here. Like, all right, so things I was going to talk to you about, scale and grow my business, best real estate strategies for my position. Like, what would you do? Because I hear people say like leverage the debt, use your credit. Like, I've never done that. I was just saving up. I bought the $185,000 home. I put 20% down. I fixed it up. It's really nice because I also get a lot of materials for free because I do millions a year in sales. So my deal is, look, I'm going to buy a house every year. And if you could give me the vertical siding, new roof, all my black gutters, black windows for free, I'm going to keep this wheel rolling. So
Yeah.
they give me a lot of these things for free on my rentals, which is cool. But it's like, what would you do? Like, I know you said don't focus on real estate, but I like real estate. And like I feel like that's like my escape, like doing something else different. But like, cause I get burned out on this shit. Like I kind of
Yeah.
know what I gotta do for the roofing thing and I'm working on it. It's
Yeah.
fucking stressful. Like I like
Yeah.
real estate. What if I had 20 fucking properties of real estate paying me an extra hundred something K? I mean, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah. I
I need
got
to
you.
get to that point.
I got you. I will say, and you've maybe heard me say before, I do think that the passive income side of real estate's more of a myth than anything. I mean, it
Yeah.
does exist, but at the end of the day,
I
right?
like the long term play
Yeah, the
on it.
long term of it's great. You will make
That's what I
passive
like.
income, long term appreciation, all those things.
Yeah.
But here's what I'll say, right? At the end of the day, you got to have both active and passive income. So if your
Yeah.
your your quickest path to making more active income is just doing what you currently do better, right?
Yeah.
Like you
Right.
could double your current business just doing it better, expanding to new markets, and we could talk about that, right? Because if you do that, and now you go from a couple 100,000 to 500,000, I mean that's life-changing money, and
Yeah.
that gives you the ability to, not only live a better life, help more people, do the things you want to do, but you can now invest that in real estate. So like
Yeah.
I'm gonna play out two scenarios for you. Okay. So
All
scenario
right.
one is you go all in on your current business and you make $500,000. Maybe even one day you make $1,000,000. Like we're talking net, right? To your
Yeah.
business, to you.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then you could just do what you've been doing to this point of buying a property here, buying a property. You don't even have to be a great real estate investor because you're making great active income and you got the
Yeah.
cash to do it.
Right.
So if you did that, let's say the next 5, 10 years, right?
Right.
That's one scenario. You could probably accumulate your 20 properties just getting really good at your business and not becoming a real estate expert, just getting good at
Getting them.
business, having the cash to keep buying more real estate each year.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's scenario one. Scenario two is you focus on building a real estate business, right? And here's the thing. You've never successfully wholesaled or flipped or done those things yet. And
No.
so this is all new to you. Raising capital
Yeah.
is new to you. You haven't done it yet.
No.
And doesn't mean you can't do it. It's just new, right?
Yeah.
So there's going to be a learning curve. Now, it's going to also take you a lot of time to learn this business, time that's going to be taken away from your current business. So
Sure.
there's a chance that your current business actually gets worse because you're spending all this time here. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen. Maybe you build up enough leaders and, managers and everything else that it can maintain or even grow. But
Yeah.
odds are, based on what you've told me to this point, I don't think that that's the case. I think it's only
Yeah.
going to move as far as you desire to push it. Um,
Yeah. Sure.
so let's just say in scenario two, though, you make that choice and you're like, I'm going to go put 20, 30 hours a week building my real estate business. So now, you're learning this new thing, you're flipping, you're learning to wholesale flip, and by the way, you're gonna have to put a big investment to learn how to do that, right? Whether you buy
Yeah.
coaching from me or anyone else, you're gonna need a
Yeah.
coach to teach you how to do all this stuff. Then you're
Yeah.
gonna need to spend money on marketing. It's a whole separate business. It's just like your current business.
It's
There's
a
there's
whole
gonna be
nother
all these
thing.
expenses, right?
Yeah.
So long story short, you know, you're not gonna make as much in year one. I can promise you that. Than if you would have just focus on your current thing that's already established and having proven itself. Like I truly believe you could double your current thing more
Yeah.
quickly than making 200
It's
grand
smart.
extra net over here trying to flip and wholesale. That and
Yeah.
bro, I'll sell you everything to go and flip and wholesale, but like I just think
I
you'll,
I'm not trying to flip and wholesale. I'm just trying to learn how to get more investment properties for the long term
and I get
and
that.
not use all my capital.
But here's the thing. To find those long-term investments, it's the exact same process. Nothing changes. You still
Okay.
need to find deals, right? I mean, that's all we
Yeah.
do in flipping and wholesaling is we spend
Right.
the majority of our time and money talking to sellers trying to get deals, right?
Trying to get good deals.
So whether I choose to flip it, wholesale it, or keep it as a rental, it's irrelevant. It's still the
Yeah.
same business trying to find more deals. Now, when you
Mm.
when you actually want to keep it for a rental or even buy it as a flip, well, then you got step two, which is raising money. So now,
Okay.
not only do I got to build this deal finding machine, I also got to build this capital raising machine. Where I'm constantly, talking to people, trying to raise money, do all those
Right.
things, right? I mean,
Sure.
clearly it's possible. Lots of people do it, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
My point is you're going to build two different machines, regardless of if you want rentals or flips or wholesales. It's the same machine. That's my
Mm.
point. And
Okay.
so, you have two
Same
options.
machine.
You can build a true real estate business that allows you to flip wholesale and buy rentals,
Yeah.
or you double down on your current business and
Which is
then
smarter. It's smarter. Yeah.
easier, lower hanging fruit, less
Yeah.
risk, in my
I
opinion.
already know it. I've been doing
You
this for
know
a
it, you
while.
got experience. And then do you get as good at real estate deals? No, you don't, because you don't put the time and energy into finding deals the way that we do every day.
But I could
Right?
still find some because I look every day myself. Like I
Yeah.
really like it, Ryan.
100%.
Like
You will still be able to buy them passively and everything
yeah.
else. Now, here's the thing. If you're going to go that route where you just are casually looking for deals, that's cool too. Okay? Now, all you got to do at that point is just, raise money. And
So
you're going to
you
have to,
would still use my own money. Like
well, in scenario one, you didn't have to raise money because you're just making more money
I'm
at your
making good
job.
money.
Yeah. You're doubling,
Okay.
what you make in scenario one.
But you don't like using your money, right? Like I hear you say like you wouldn't go spend 20% down on an investment property, or would you? I mean,
I wouldn't, because I have a system for finding deals and raising money. You don't.
I don't. Right. Okay.
So
I see
you
what
and
you're
me
saying.
have different paths currently,
Yeah, yeah. Right.
right?
Fair enough. Yeah, yeah, sure.
So if you want to raise more money, I mean, you got to go build a system for raising money,
Yeah.
which can be done, right? I mean, we got to just start telling people about what we do. You got to start, networking, posting, talking about it on social media. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
People won't want to give you money unless you got great track record and you have lots of
Deals.
deals.
Yeah.
So now you need to go get deals. Now you need more track record and all these things.
I need
And
some
so
deals. Yeah.
it's clearly possible to go get other people's money to go do deals. We get students who do it every single day who have no success in business in the way that
Yeah.
you've had success in business. That's not what I'm saying. I'm
Right.
just saying those people who do that, it is their best use of time to create this whole new real estate business, because what they currently do doesn't make
There's
them
nothing.
much money. It's not established. This is a better use of time. I am not saying that that's the case with you and other business owners who've already built multi-million-dollar companies that
Yeah.
can be scaled with better coaching and training to go make you $500,000, to maybe make you $1 million one day net. Like
Okay.
it's easier for you to scale your current thing and then
Yeah.
buy real estate the way you've been buying it
Just with the
versus,
money.
but if you were broke and you had no business, nothing, I'd be like, bro, we're going to go build this real estate thing with you. We're going to go build a wholesale
Yeah.
business. We're going
Yeah.
to go build a
Yeah.
house flip business. And, you're going to go raise money. You're going to go get your first deal. You're going to go do all that. I would be pushing you to
Okay.
that if you were starting from scratch.
Okay. All right. Now, what about using my business credit or credit cards to buy another property? Do you think that would be smart in my position, Ryan? Or like these loans where they'll give you the construction loan and like I could be the contractor, I've heard, and I could do the work and then profit some of that money? What are your thoughts on that? Does that even make sense, or am I reaching for
What?
something silly?
Well, once again, right? To me, this is like what I'm getting out of just listening to you. I feel
Yep.
like you're trying to avoid the harder work of going deeper in your current business. That's to
No,
me
I'm
what it
trying
feels
to
like.
still do that. I'm trying not to use all my money because, I mean, like I will
Well,
use my
like,
money.
so let me give you devil's advocate. Why wouldn't you just use the credit to go build your current business better?
Well, what should I do with the credit then? Like,
Well, I'm
so I
just
got
saying, like, you're
over a
thinking about
hundred.
using it for real estate. Why not use it to go build your current thing better?
Well, say I bought a house and I could get some of these employees in that are always losing their apartments, sleeping in my trucks, or I got to get them hotels, or they're relapsing, or this and that. So what if I had Prestige House? So now I'm monitoring it. I'm it's like a damn halfway house or something. I'm charging them a
That's
certain
what it
amount.
sounds like.
So now my
Yeah.
profit margin will be higher. So that was a strategy. I'm always on like a strategy, right? Like
That's
I'm
a
trying to.
strategy. Or another
Yes,
strategy is let's get more disciplined guys who don't have those problems.
I'm trying that. I got half of them are like that, and then some of them
I
aren't because
know,
that's
I
this
get it.
type of industry. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
I
get it.
can't.
I know what the blue collar industry is all about, you
Yeah,
know.
some guys
So I get
drinking a
it.
lot or
Yeah.
whatever.
I've hired tons of construction guys over the
Oh, I'm
last
sure.
decade. I get it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
So
sure you have.
so I'm not judging anybody. All I'm
Right.
saying is the way that I look at business and money and resources, time and money are like basically the two resources that we all have for making more money, right?
Yeah,
So, how I choose to spend my time is what we've been talking about to this point. Is it better for you to focus on building this whole new real estate thing or focus on building your current thing better? That's a time issue. Now we're
yeah.
talking about a capital issue of, hey, I got this business line of credit. Should I put it into a rental property or should I put it into my business some way, somehow that I'm not currently thinking about yet?
I
And
don't know what. Yeah, yeah. Like
yeah.
I
And
don't know
so
what.
my thing is just like, let's not assume that the rental property is the best. Is there a better use of the money that could make your business better today? Right.
Yeah,
Because, for
yeah,
instance, right, let's just say you wanted to house these people. I'll give you the other option, right? Hey, I want to house them. I'm just going to go get a rental property and pay the 2 grand a month
yeah,
to house these guys. I don't got to buy something. I'll just pay it as a company expense, 2 grand a month. I'm going to cover your guys' housing. And that's part of the deal. Your commission will be less if, you live in this house. And then, if you
yeah.
make enough, then you transition out of the house and then your tiers go up. So you create like this, like you said,
But
it's a
then I'm not
halfway house.
getting the equity. Like there's no appreciation. I'm like,
Yeah, but at the end of the day, number one, you don't have to own everything that is a piece of real estate. Like this building I'm in right now, I do not own it. I don't
yeah,
own my office building. It's a
okay, yeah,
business
yeah,
expense. Not lived here. We've done business out of here for like 5 years almost.
yeah,
So
yeah, exactly.
I've been just paying this guy's mortgage down for him for 5 years, but I'm happy to do it
Right.
because the way I think about it is, bro, if I tried to buy this building, it would have cost, I don't know what the building's worth, but
A lot.
$30 million, $20 million for the whole building. And then all of a
Oh
sudden
yeah,
I got to go put all my money or raise money. And, you start looking at the math and you're like, yeah, it's actually far easier for me to rent, not worry about
yeah,
all that. And then
yeah,
I'll worry about the other things that make me money.
yeah. True.
So
Okay, well, that makes
I,
sense too.
yeah, like I don't have to own everything. Grant Cardone,
Mm.
he talks about like he doesn't think you should buy a personal house, right? He's like, yo, just
Well,
rent.
I do. I do
And
think you should.
I've always bought my personal houses the last 10 years. So
Yeah.
I'm a personal house kind of guy too. But like once you start getting into luxury, I've thought about this now recently where it's like, you know what? It actually makes sense to rent when you get into luxury. Like it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense to buy a $5 million home. You're better off
No.
renting it. It actually it actually is cheaper to rent the $5 million home than your mortgage would be.
Than to
And
buy it.
and then you're not
It's
even tied
crazy.
down.
Yeah.
The landlord covers all when crap breaks in an expensive home. Like financially, it's actually better to rent a luxury home. Now, is that the case for somebody who's buying their very first home, FHA, $200,000-$300,000 home? That's not the case. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, like in a lot of cases, it's better to buy that property because you can get a 3% down loan. You can have ownership. You start to build equity. That's like your only piece of wealth. That's a
Yeah.
great thing to start for those people. But if you're
Okay.
buying a $5 million home, clearly you have money and you have other assets and different ways to invest. And I understand now why Grant says that, because it's not advice for everyone. It's advice
Right.
for certain people.
For some people.
Same thing with Dave Ramsey. I used to think Dave Ramsey was an idiot, but the truth is his advice is really good for certain people.
Okay. For
When I
certain
say
people.
I don't use 20% on my own deals, it's because it's advice for me, somebody who has used, other people's money to the tune of over $100 million in the last decade. Like I've raised that much money. It's very easy for me to raise money now because of the last decade of doing this. Now, when you're first getting
Okay.
started, it's not that easy.
Right. I mean, I probably spent 80, 90 grand on that rental of my own money, which I can keep doing it like one a year plus pay for all the thing. I mean, but it's
Can
like
you can you refinance and get some of your money out?
well, I haven't did it yet. And that was a question too. I was like, do you think it's applicable for me to do that right now? Like
Well,
I've had the
let's
house.
say you did that. Tell me what you bought it for, how much you put into it, what's it worth?
So I bought it at 185,000. It's a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. It's on Solomon's Island. So it's like a good like a better area. And 185,000. It got appraised for 195. So I guess I made 10 grand on the purchase. That's probably not bad, not great, but 20% down plus I threw another. So I'm probably all in with my own money like 80, 90 grand. And then I got a lot of the things through my business. I got like a lot of materials for free as well. And I make 600 a month positive cash flow on it. The mortgage is 13. I rent it for 19. Um,
And then okay, so let's just talk about this deal since this is a
yeah.
great, you know. Do you think it's still worth 190 or 195, whatever you said, or do you think
Oh,
it's
it's
worth
probably
more?
worth like 260 now. It
You think
has
it's
to
worth
be or
260?
250. Yeah, something.
Is there
So, yeah.
comps? Is there properties around it that say it's worth 250?
It's definitely worth more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We
Okay.
have checked some comps. Now it's small. It's a smaller house, but I
Yeah.
made it very nice. Black
But at the
window wrap.
195 that it got appraised at, that was before your renovations.
Yeah, dude, I had to do structural things on the floor. I had to rip up. It was a
Okay.
project most people didn't want, but
Yeah.
I own a business.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. I'm just making sure. I mean, let's say it's worth 250. Okay.
yeah,
So, okay, if it's worth 250, you could technically refinance for 80% of that. And so you could refinance at $200,000 right now if that's the value. Okay. So this is the
okay.
Burr strategy.
Yeah,
So two things are going to happen, right? Number one, let's say it does happen. It's
okay.
200,000. So you owe currently what?
So I probably like 140 something because I put the 20 down on the 185. So say I owe
Yep.
140.
Okay. So you would get 60K back, let's just say, right?
Okay.
So now you have 60K cash back. Now here's the downside. The downside is you're not going to cash flow anymore because your
Yeah, because
mortgage
the
is up.
mortgage goes up, right?
Yep. So your cash
How
flow is
much
all
does
gone.
the mortgage go up?
I mean, I don't know your taxes and everything else, but
Yeah.
let's just say it's probably going to be, I mean, if your mortgage right now 140 is 1300, it's
Yeah.
going up by 50% ish. So let's just say it
Oh,
adds
no
another
shit.
$600, $700. I mean, your mortgage is going to be like 17 or like 18 to 2000. So you're not going to cash flow
Okay.
anymore. So,
No, not in
and this is
cash
why I
flow.
say most people don't cash flow. The only reason you're cash flowing is because you put so much cash into the deal.
Right. And that was what my original mentor, Gerald Peters, had told me to do.
Yeah. And that's the only way cash flow happens. But let's say right now in most markets, but let's say you did this refi we're talking about, and now you got 60K cash and you have this property. Now,
Yeah.
granted, it doesn't make you monthly income, but you got 60K and you can go buy another property and you have 50K, in equity that you've built by buying this property. Right. So
Yeah, so
you're
there's
you're
still
building
some
net
equity in
worth
there.
but you're not
Yeah.
building cash flow yet. 5 years
Right.
from now, sure, it'll cash flow at that point because now rents are 2,500,
Because the rents went up.
yeah,
Right.
whatever it ends up being. Plus, it's probably
Okay.
worth 300,000 at that point, maybe more. Who knows, right?
Right.
So that's why rentals are not like a passive income game initially. They're all just about building up
Right.
that net worth and getting that appreciation.
Well, that couple $100 a month don't do shit for me. I mean,
No,
I
never.
was trying to get 5 or 6 of them. That was my goal. So I had something for my kids, like,
But
when
this
I'm
goes
older.
back to let's play back to my scenario where I said, well, hey, keep the property the way it is, and you got 500-600 bucks coming in. Let's just make your business better, and then use that
Yeah.
that cash to go keep buying these properties. Now all of a sudden you do have 6 of them, right? Because you're making more cash in your business.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
follow the same blueprint, just making more cash that you've currently been on, right?
Right.
The
Yeah.
problem is if you were to go and buy that same property with somebody else's money, um, they're going to want to get paid back. I mean, this is how we
Right.
always do it. So I would borrow that 60K from somebody to go do that deal. Then I'm a refi and
Yeah.
do, get a loan on it for 200,000 now. I know I'm not going to cash flow, but I know that long term now I own this property for no money essentially.
Yeah.
That's
For no
how
money.
it works, using other people's money in that
Okay.
scenario. So you're not going to cash flow if you use other people's money. The only way you're going to cash flow is just dumping a ton of money into it or getting some crazy discounted deal where all of a sudden that deal you got, instead of it being 185, you got it for 140. And that exists.
Okay.
Like we get deals like that every month. Like,
Right.
so you can go get a deal for 130, 120, right? And now
Yeah.
all of a sudden you flip it and you could make 70 grand. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. Yeah.
you could refinance it and go make your, 400 or 500 bucks,
So you
right?
use other people's money to buy the deal,
Yes.
and then you pay them back when you refinance it
Or sell. Yep.
or sell it. And you
Correct.
always do it within what, 6 months flat? Like you have a
I
system.
mean, most deals take 6 months, but there are some that are short. They might take 3. And then some freaking hit the fan and they take 12. I mean, I've had
Right.
deals that take in years,
But
right?
you're
Like,
always able to refinance and pay the people back
yeah.
with
Well,
with
or I've
some
sold
interest.
them and I've had to lose money to sell them.
Yeah, I had to
That's
lose
happened
money
plenty
too.
of times in my career in the last decade.
Right. Yeah, lost money. Oh, trust me, I lose money too
Yeah.
sometimes.
Like, welcome
That's
to being a
business.
business owner, an entrepreneur. Like,
Uh,
that's
People don't
life.
understand. They fucking think I got it so great over here, and I'll be at my house at nighttime. I'm like, motherfucker, I have to do all this stuff. It is not so great.
I
Yeah.
And that's why I'm trying to give you like the truth of the matter. Like, I honestly believe you are better off building your current business better and
Okay.
then
Yeah.
just
Sure.
continuing on your current path versus I'm gonna go build this whole new thing from scratch to find those 120,000, $130,000 deals. Because your
Yeah.
current business will suffer when you have to
Yeah.
come over here and figure out
I'm
this whole new
sure.
thing.
Yeah. I'm sure.
So let's
Okay.
talk about this since we're short on time, right? Let's
Yeah.
assume
Yep.
we you're going to keep on your current path, right? You're going to build your business better. You'll buy properties as they come along the same way you're doing it. You're not building out this massive team to go knock doors and find properties, but you're building, your own little system to identify good deals that you want to keep. And
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe you do use other people's money to buy them. Maybe you don't, right? Just know if you do use other people's money, they're not going to cash flow. It just is
Yeah.
not, right? Your best case is you do what your current deal is where you
Okay.
refinance them out, it breaks even, but you have equity and, over time.
Stuff like that.
Right.
Okay.
So let's say that ends up being the path. The question is, how can we make your business better? Because I think that's the lowest hanging fruit. That's where your life is going to change the most. I mean, dude, if you could
Yeah.
double your income, that allows you to buy a couple more properties, to have
Everything. Yeah.
more, everything gets better. And I think you're not far from doubling your income. For me, just knowing your
Yeah.
business, because I've consulted a lot of door-to-door guys over the years.
Oh, I'm
Like,
sure. Yeah.
dude, you need more volume. That's it. You just
Yeah.
need to figure out how to get more guys.
More
And
sales. Recruit, hire, train.
that's it. Right. And so how do we get more guys? That starts with marketing, talking about an opportunity, having great leadership, bringing them in. Right.
Yeah.
You're thinking about with the house that you were talking about earlier, you're thinking about ways to entice them to come in. It's like, bro, I'm going to give you an opportunity. I'm going to put you up in a house. I'm going to train you. I'm taking the bet on you.
Yeah.
You got to come out and actually perform. And if you don't, you're out, right? Because
Right.
I'm putting all the risk bringing you in, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what, I mean, dude, all these door-to-door companies, that's all they do. I mean, the biggest ones are all in Utah because they get all the Mormons after their missions. Like,
I just met some of those guys yesterday. We were knocking some
literally,
roofs. They were on their little segways doing
oh
their
yeah,
pest control. It was crazy.
they're the best people to be recruited. They've been doing it for 2 years for free, you
I
know?
know.
So,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you got to go where the talent goes. So I personally, if it was me, I'd be recruiting those guys. I'd be
Yeah.
giving them an
Sure.
opportunity, but it's competitive. Those guys come
Right.
back
Yeah.
off their mission and they know there's all
Yeah.
these other different opportunities right there in their backyard. So, that's one thing, right? Another thing would be, all right, maybe your demographic is, these people who have stumbled on tough times, but are willing to change their life
Not
around.
always, but some
Okay.
people just tend to be like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I would hone in on who is the person that you attract into this role and figure out how do I get more of those people,
Yeah.
And I think even
Well, my
before that,
social media has been working. Like, I mean, like I was watching you, like I started like a little podcast and then like I'll do like my little clips and I've been hiring people off that. I don't have a lot. Like I got like 1,500 on my prestige and like 21 on my personal, but I just gained 1,000 followers in like 90 days. So it's
and
not
that's where
great,
you're
but I'm
getting, is that where you're getting the majority of your guys?
no, but I'm starting to get some now. Mine was
How have
always
you gotten
word
the
of
majority of your guys to this point?
Well, yeah. So some from social media, some from word of mouth. People know me. There's so many companies around here, so all these owners are trying to steal people. So people just know, and then they come here. They get sick of that person's bullshit. Then they come over here. That's just
Yeah.
how it is.
No, I
But
know how.
social media is working, though. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
starting to get people. So
Okay.
that's another focus. Like I want to grow this social media thing. Like
Well, I know
you
like
know,
the solar guys and stuff, they get these kids during college breaks or even pest control and other stuff. Like, they get these kids during summer break and they
yeah.
go kill it for like 90 days and then the kids go back to school. Like I've
Yeah.
seen people run that model. Um,
Yeah, and that's good too, but you're investing a lot of time training people just for 90 days.
I
And
get it.
I tell to really get money in this industry, you got to learn it for, 96 to 6 months and you start getting your commissions, like they'll fall on top of like you want to do it for a few years. Because my framework, you get 3 to 5 deals here, you'll make over 150K a year. That's 3 to 5 deals a month. You'll make over
Yep.
$150,000 a year here.
Yeah.
Um, so
You know
yeah,
what,
I
bro?
mean,
I feel like I should put this video on YouTube and get you some guys. What do you think?
dude, that would be fucking dope, Ryan.
I might put this call on YouTube and I've been doing some of these one-on-ones and they've been fun, but I think this
Yeah,
is like a good one because I think a lot of people have
yeah.
similar questions that you're having.
Well, I appreciate it, dude. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
if I
Like
do, I'll
I
get
love Vegas. I'm always in Vegas. Like I'll be in Vegas for my bachelor party on October 3rd. Like we're gonna go there for like 3 days. I'll be at the Cosmo, like all
there we
that.
go.
You stop in at my table, man.
There we go. When are you getting married?
September 3rd. No, sorry. No, like April 26th at the Mondrian on South Beach.
September 3rd is when you're coming to Vegas, I'm guessing.
September 3rd in Vegas. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No, October 3rd. Sorry. October 3rd, I'm in
yeah.
Vegas for the bachelor party. April
Okay.
26th, wedding on South Beach. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be dope. That'll be
It'll
dope.
be cool. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
exciting, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna post this and we're gonna get you some guys. So
Yeah.
send me the link of actually I'll just put your Instagram. That's probably the easiest way for them to reach out to you, huh?
That's awesome, Ryan. Yeah. Fucking right. Bro, like, how could I stay connected? Or do you offer like any code? Like, is there any way that we could collab? Like, what if
Yeah.
I mean, dude, like, we got to collab, man. Like, something got to happen, you know?
Yeah, we have coaching. We have social media coaching, which I think could
Yeah.
definitely be the first step for you.
Okay.
We got different price points and budgets for coaching on the social media side. We got some programs that are 10 grand, some that are 25 grand. It really just depends what you want to do. But that's
Okay.
why I was asking, like, at the end of the day, your business is going to scale based
Yeah.
on how many people you get to go knock doors. And
And I
then
know.
your business is also going to scale based on, okay, let's say you get 100 people that apply. Well, now you got to get good at vetting and training and
Yeah.
pouring into the right people, right? You know,
Yep.
I got multiple friends who have massive sales teams for door to door. And it
Yeah.
always becomes, like you said, it's a leadership, it's a they got to be bought into the culture.
Yeah.
Like you said, people, it's transient, people always leaving. So if you could build a great culture, they're not going to want to leave. They're going to build their own downline within your
Yep.
system. So
Yeah.
for me, I think that if we think that social media is going to be your best way to attract people, then it's doubling down on that. If you think that
Yeah.
there's another way, then
Yeah.
double down on that. But I think that would be
No,
the
I like
best.
social media. It's fun. I enjoy doing it. I like it. I like looking at it.
Well, and at the end of the day, too, this is down the road, but assuming you have a ton of success with things we're talking about, then if you have this brand built up, you can sell other things online, right? You can sell the coaching, you can sell all that other stuff.
That's what I, and that's my goal, like long term. Like that is
Yeah.
what I want to do.
Yep. So
This stuff's stressful. Like I'm on the forefront over here.
I get it. I get it. So I think yeah, best way we can work together and help you is through social media coaching. I'll have somebody talk to you about it.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah. I would like to
included.
get a rundown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'll have them give you a rundown of how we can do it and help you. And yeah, bro. I think if you just do that, run with the plan, double the business, get better people, get
Yep.
killers, open up a new
Yeah.
market, social media recruits for you. And then from
Yep.
there, buy real estate with the money you got. My friend Chandler David Smith, that's exactly what he did,
I follow him too. Yeah. Yeah. Chandler.
Yep.
Okay.
So he did pest control, same
Door to
model,
door.
downline,
Yep. Yeah.
making millions a year doing that, invested every
Yeah.
dollar into real estate. And then he
But
did
he
social
probably
media
doesn't
content
use
too.
all of his own money, does he? Like he's also doing all the creative crap that you're doing too, getting bigger
He's done both.
complexes,
He's done a lot of his own money into deals.
a lot of his own money.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
And that's
his
kind of where it
his
starts.
his real day job is still doing door to door
Oh,
sales.
okay. Yeah, cool.
Like he himself ain't doing doors. Like I'm guessing you're not really doing doors. He's a recruiter. He's just
I'm still
managing.
doing some though, because I'm training guy and I want things done the
Well, and
right
he'll
way.
do
And then
that too. He'll only do
yeah,
it, if he's training guys up and he'll show them how to do it and all that stuff, right?
yeah,
But
right.
he's not going in the field and knocking 100 doors
Not
by
like,
himself for no reason.
right. No, 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 no. Exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So, yeah, I think, dude, that's the path for you, man. Getting
yeah.
better
Just
at
keep
that and
rolling.
recruiting. And then
Yeah,
that leads to real estate for you.
yeah, yeah. Because I love the real estate, man. I don't know. Just something
Yeah.
about it.
And I'm not
I love
discouraging you from real estate, just so we're
it. Yeah.
clear. I love
No, no,
that you want
no.
to do it. I,
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah,
I'm pro making money
yeah,
the easiest way
yeah,
possible for whatever you got going on, which is this.
yeah. True. Fair enough.
Cool.
Damn.
All right, bro. Well,
Hell
I'll have
yeah,
the team
man.
reach out to you and
Thank you, Ryan,
appreciate you,
man.
man.
I, I definitely appreciate you, brother. And yeah, we'll be chatting soon, maybe.
Yep. All right, bro. Sounds good. I'll see
Thanks,
you.
man. Peace.
Yep.
Yep.